Hey, my name is Freddy Vasquez. I'm here to talk to you about this case study called Get Out of My Room. Here's a brief summary of the case study. The case study talks about a first year teacher named Susan Green that just graduated from college. She's taking her first year or first teaching job right out of college, right out of graduation. She's replacing a teacher that has been teaching at the school district for 25 years. And she encounters a problem on her 6th week of school. With a teacher named Nancy Taylor that wants a student named Carl Hughes out of her room. The reason why she wants him out of the room is because he is being very disobedient. He's throwing things at her. He's saying mean things. His behavior is really bad. Carl's been identified as a behavior disorder. So what happens is Nancy wants Susan to change his IEP, but she knows she can't do that, or Susan knows she can't do that because unless she has a meeting with the parents. The parents agree with her new behavior plan that she has set up for Carl. The plan just states that they will remove Carl from the classroom when an escalation happens so he can have some time to breathe into the escalated situation. She's also worried that no one has time for Carl at home because both parents are divorced and the situation will not change. Okay. Category 1, this is a problem identification and analysis. Here's what we know and what we need to know. First thing, Carl is very aggressive to the teacher. Carl's behavior has changed after his parents had a divorce, which is understandable. Most kids tend to act up after parents separate or have divorced. Susan is also a first-year teacher. She might not have the training that she needs. She's replacing a 25-year veteran. Nancy wants Carl out of her room, no questions asked. But we both know they cannot do that. And also Susan creates a behavior plan for Carl. Okay, what do we need to know? Does Carl act the same way in other classes? Some students may act one way in one class. They may be bad in your class and they may be real good in somebody else's class. We do not know that. Does Carl have any counseling in the past? Has he been seen by a psychiatrist or a school counselor? And what is Nancy's classroom intervention plan? Does she have something set in concrete on her classroom? If somebody breaks the rule, what would happen? Okay. Problem identification. So the problem is that Carl's behavior has escalated more since his parents have been divorced. We all know when parents getting a divorce is a very, very harsh thing. Some kids take it differently. Some kids, you might not see a change. Some students may see a big change. He's been out of control in Nancy's class since then. Susan needs to come up with certain changes to his IEP in order to help Carl be successful in class and also help Nancy in class. We know that they cannot take Carl out of a room. It just cannot happen. They can't just remove him and make him into a or take him into a pull-out class without an IEP, without a manifestation. If the problems keep escalating, he's throwing stuff at the teacher. I mean, he's being very, very disrespectful. But we cannot just take him out of a room just because the teacher wants him to. Okay. Next, we have category 2, proposed plan of action with appropriate strategies for implementation. What do we do in order to help Carl? This is what I propose. First, we need to have a meeting with Susan and Nancy about Carl's new behavior plan. Okay, we have to come up with a plan and how it's going to be carried out. We have to have certain steps to tell him exactly what we need to do when he's being a behavior problem in class. You must also have constant communication with your parents and with the teachers about his behavior. Is he behaving good in class one day? Is it happening twice a week? Is it happening every single day? So we have to keep constant communication. Number 3, Or the third one is to set up some one-on-one time with just Carl and the teacher, to see if we can build a positive relationship with the student and the teacher. Sometimes Carl just doesn't have any type of relationship or type of interaction with Nancy that, maybe if we set up some time alone with them so they can talk and maybe relate to some things, maybe things will change. Also, the fourth one is to have Nancy attend some professional development classes. In some ways we can help. Maybe she has not had the training of how to handle this situation, maybe deal with some de-escalation techniques that she doesn't know about. Maybe she has and she just has not done it. Also, the last one is set up some type of counseling in school or out of school to Carl. Maybe he can talk to a school counselor, or maybe he can talk to a psychiatrist outside of school. Maybe he's afraid of talking to Nancy, or afraid of talking to any of his teachers. Maybe he needs somebody else to talk to. Category 3, resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. So how do we resolve the situation? By putting Susan's new behavior plan in place. He can have a safe place to go and release some tension while we create a safe environment for the rest of the children. We have to put the children first. The second one, communication is the key to everything. By having constant communication with the teacher, with the parents, we create some type of chemistry and relationship with a common goal, which is the well-being of the student. Also, professional development training is a great way for teachers to grow. It's not necessarily a bad thing to attend professional development classes. Some teachers may find it offensive if you tell them you need to take this class, you need to take a classroom management class, you need to take a special education class. But some of these classes are helpful for you to be a teacher or to be a good administrator. Also, the counseling for Carl, it just gives them a way out of talking to somebody else other than his teachers or somebody in school. He can talk to a counselor in class or in school, but giving him some type of outside help could benefit. It will make him a better student, even a better person. He might not bottle things inside, and he can just talk to somebody else. Category 4 is debrief the problem. My thoughts on the problem. We as teachers, we have to understand that all students are not the same. We cannot treat every student as they are the same. They come with different backgrounds, different lives. They might come from a single mother atmosphere. They might come from no parent at all. Might be in a foster care. We do not know. We have to be able to know all our students in order to figure out how to help them. We have got to be able to handle these situations in order to grow as teachers. Not every day is a good day when you are a teacher and when you're an administrator, but you have to be able to handle these situations. Feelings about the problem. As I read the case study, I feel like Nancy was not giving Carl a fair chance. She just wanted him out of the room, and she didn't want to, to find some type of way of helping him. Maybe talking to him. We just cannot kick students out just because she wants them out. Also, we do not know what would drive a student to act like Carl did. It's hard to teach when somebody's throwing something at you, or they're being verbally abusive, or whatever. But we have to do it. We have to have some type of plan in place on how to handle those situations. But it's not impossible. Values. I value the way Susan handled the situation. I really do. Nancy wanted Carl out, but she did not give her she did not give in what she wanted. She needed to have a meeting with the parents. She needed to figure out how to put some type of behavior plan in place for Carl in order to move from there. She did not tell him to just, I guess you're just not going to Nancy's class from now on. You cannot do that. She did not give in by just kicking him out of class. So I value that. I mean, I didn't. She put the student first, and then Nancy's feelings. Unresolved issues on the case study. I would love to know if the behavior plan worked. Also, Carl's home situation. Are his parents getting help? Is Nancy really willing to cooperate with Susan into helping Carl, or has she given up? We don't know that. What will happen if Carl gets a physical altercation with the teacher? Who will if somebody's going to be there to help her? Is somebody going to be around? So it's those issues I would like to see of. I didn't know if any of those things would have happened. It's the altercation with the teacher. It was from reading the case study. He was getting pretty rough. He was getting pretty rough in the room. So if that were to happen, was anybody going to be there? Was security going to be closer to a room or anything like that? The whole Nancy really willing to cooperate with Susan. From the looks of it, she didn't want to cooperate with Susan. She just wanted him out. She also said in the case study that she wanted that if it was the teacher that left, she would have just taken him out of the room, which to me is not true. You cannot just take somebody out of your room just because you want them to. Reflection on standard. The standards and education leader promotes the academic success and personal well-being of every student by ensuring effective and efficient management of the school or district to promote student social and academic learning. So how do we reflect on this? How do you as a school leader promote effective and efficient management of the school district? By providing professional development for Nancy. That's one way of doing it. We are given some type of training to the teacher to promote effective academic success. Communication with parents and teachers, creating it creates a positive environment around the school and around the classroom. Supporting the IEP plan, because it must be followed by law. We have got to go by the IEP plan when we're dealing with special education students. If we do not give them extra time, or if we don't follow the steps, you can get in a lot of trouble. How do we promote the social learning of every student as a school leader? By offering counseling to the students that needs it. By following the IEP, by showing inclusion and keeping Carl in the classroom and not pulling him out. One-on-one time between Carl and the teacher. All those things are promoting social learning of every student. You want the kids to communicate with one another. You don't want to separate special education students just because of one little basic thing. You have to keep them together, and it gives the student chances to bond and things like that. How do we promote student academic learning? By leaving Carl in the classroom again to engage with other students. Some students want to be with other kids. They don't want to know they're special. Their special needs. They just do not want to be pulled out, be by themselves. Other thing is offering professional development class for teachers to better deal with these situations and not discourage learning. We are, by offering these classes, you are, encouraging, not discouraging. You're not being. I know some teachers might find it offensive, but it's not. We're trying to get better here, not worse. Putting the student first and not letting your feelings get the best of you. Nancy wanted the student out. Her feelings were getting the best of her and not putting the students first. She just wanted him out. She was kind of being selfish there.